All right. Oh, Marie, you're a lifesaver today. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Sorry, guys, this is my first time with technology. I'm more into my body rather than in technology, so I think this is showing. Amazing. So I'm excited. I'm okay. I am curious. I am interested to find out more. Hello, Peter. All right. So, and now please answer this question. Curious and good. Thank you, Dirk. Curious, Amani. Now, the second question is, how in your body? What do you mean, how am I in my body? Just get curious, get a sense of it, and try to find some answers. How are you in your body at this moment? Awareness, relaxed. That's amazing, Sarah. Feels so light today. Amazing, Amira. Comfortable, tension. Centered, wow. I'm definitely relaxed, with an emoji. Stressed and restless, AJ. Tension, Amani. All right, so this is your embodiment at this point of time in this place, right now, right here. And embodiment actually is a huge topic, and there's no one answer to what embodiment is. The embodiment of something gives a concrete form to an abstract idea. And the dictionary defines the term to embody is making visible. And that's exactly what our bodies and movements do. They make things, abstract ideas, visible. If we think of confidence, for example, it's an abstract idea. But when we embody it, it becomes visible with our posture, our presence, our tone of voice, our breath, and the way we hold ourselves, the way we are in the world. Our bodies and movements actually, they communicate much more clearly and honestly than words. And underneath the thoughts and the emotions, there is sensations. And there is information in these sensations, intelligent information and deep impulses that can come out even before language. Your body mirrors your inner state in a very direct way. Now, unfortunately, for most of us these days in this fast-paced and demanding world, very demanding world, disconnecting from our bodies and movement might feel like the only option available to us. And we privilege our thoughts and minds without being curious about their relationship to the rest of who we are. Doing this, we end up feeling out of balance with our community, our world, and ourselves. So, still talking about the definitions of an embodiment, we're gonna try an experiential definition of embodiment. So I invite you to bring your arm in front of you and just notice your arm, approach it as an object and poke it. It's an object, it's a meat of bag, it's not a part of you, just poke it in different places. And as if you are poking an inanimate object, and notice how that is. And now relate to your arm, connect to it as a part of you. Feel it from within, touch it, move it, connect to it a little bit more. And remember how this arm has been part of your battles, how this arm has been part of your darkest times and your most joyous times. Remember how it held babies, how it cooked meals, how it created art, how it wrote stories. And notice now, notice how this is. And now notice, how are you in the rest of your body? Notice your jaw. Is it tense or relaxed? Are you tight in the neck or the shoulders? Are you tense in your stomach? Or maybe relaxed and at ease? Listen to the sensations and what information are they holding for you? And you're free to type in the chat this time. How are you in your body? And that is your embodiment. So embodiment is a type of intelligence. It is the body as I, not it. It is the subjective aspect of the body, and it is the art of coming back home. And I have great news for you. Great news for us as individuals, as coaches, and great news for our clients as well. Embodiment is when we use certain postures, movements, and patterns deliberately and constructively to better match our aims, goals, and values in life. So there was a recent study done with high-end athletes who were looking to shift their performance. They found that it took 300 repetitions for a certain practice to build muscle memory. 300 repetition. And then the research shows that it took 3,000 repetitions to embody something and to become integrated and a part of a person's self and practice. So the great news is that we can actually practice who do we want to be in the world. We can practice our aims and goals. So Marie, please, if we can go to slide number 3 on the, yes. I put down here one of my heroes in the somatic world, Richard Straussy, the definition of embodiment. So he says, to be embodied is to experience our livingness through the body. We don't have a body, nor are we with it. We live our aliveness through our bodies, and bringing our attention to the body is the beginning of the process of centering. Now, I created on slide 4 some signs for you to be aware of how embodiment is. So here are some of the signs of embodiment. So we feel deeply at home in your own skin and to have a bodily sense of belonging. You are emotionally intelligent, meaning you are able to feel, name, and live through emotions. You have inner power, effortlessly, elegantly powerful, and you seem to light up a space with your presence. You enjoy the simple pleasure in life. You are balanced, living in head and body. You are connected to your needs and values. You are tuned into a clear purpose, sense of purpose, and you feel fully alive and fully human. Now, on a scale from 0 to 10, reading those signs, how do you think you are? What is the level of your embodiment? You can type into the chat the number from 0 to 10. 5, Hiba. 4, Kayoko. 8, Peter. Iman, 7. Carol, 7. Dirk, 6. 7, 3, 7. 6. Beautiful. 6. Amazing, amazing, everyone. Great awareness. Shaitali, 6. All right. So we talked about the signs of embodiment. How about the signs of disembodiment? What does disembodiment look like? Let's go on slide number 5, please. All right. So I am disembodied when I don't notice my body, when my posture is not balanced, when I'm brutalizing myself with overwork and treating myself like an industrial machine, when my breathing is tight and irregular, when my body aches and exhausted, especially back, shoulder, belly, when I'm rushing through life without feeling, and when I have a lot of electric feeling in my head and face, when I stop listening, and when overall I have feelings of contraction and limitation in the whole body, like being in a cage, loss of natural expansiveness. Now, on a scale from 0 to 10, how disembodied do you feel? And I know we can shift and move from embodiment to disembodiment during the week or sometimes during the day. But when you are disembodied, what do you think the level of your disembodiment is? You can type it in the chat as well. 8, 8, 9. Wow. 2. Beautiful. 9. 5, 7. All right. 4. Beautiful, everyone. Beautiful. 4, 3. So one of the most important and basic tools to be embodied and to practice embodiment is centering. And I love centering. I do it many times during the day. I did it just before this webinar because I felt very nervous, and I'm going to do it after it. And I really encourage you to do it every day. But before we do that together, before we experience that together, I'd like you to take a moment and to think of something stressful, nothing too traumatic, something that has been annoying you lately, something that has been on your mind, causing you some distress. Take a moment to think about it. And now notice, what do you do in your body when you think of this situation? Notice the activation of this trigger in your body. Focus on the physical sensations. Where is this activation located? What are the qualities of the physical sensations? Is it hot, warm, cold? Is it sharp, throbbing, or dull? Is it tight or loose? Is it rigid, firm, or soft? Any descriptive quality. Now breathe into the sensations. Take deep inhalations in through the nose and gradually out. Take deep, full breaths, allowing an expansion in your belly and your chest. And elongate your exhales. Allow yourself to flow with your breath here, the in-breath and the out-breath. Allow your exhalation to be longer than your inhalation to access your parasympathetic nervous system. And now bring your attention a few inches below your belly button. And you can place your hand there. This is your center. This is the center of your gravity. Keep breathing. And from your center, create some length in your spine. Create more space. Growing taller. Tiny, teeny spaces in between your vertebrae. Grow taller in your abdomen, creating more space in the front of your body. And notice like a pulling sensation from the top of your head, slightly pulling you up towards the sky or the ceiling. And now from your center, create some length going down through the legs. Notice the entire legs. And notice your feet on the ground. Rooting down with your feet. And now centering in width by feeling the full width of your shoulders, right and left. The full width of your waist, your hips. And let yourself widen out, expanding fully. And now centering in depth from your back, moving forward inside your body. Starting maybe by noticing the clothes on your back, or maybe the sense of the chair that you're sitting on your back. And now centering deeper, noticing maybe the heartbeats, the inside of your abdomen, the back of your knees. Notice your breath. Notice your face. Centering in this moment, this space. And now center in your commitment of who do you want to be in the world. And whenever you are ready, you can come back. If you have your eyes closed or if you have your eyes open, just bring your awareness back to the screen and notice, how does this situation that you thought about before the centering exercise feels to you right now? Is there any subtle shifts, anything at all? What is different about it or your perception of it? And you can type it in the chat as well. How was the impact of the centering? I forgot some of my body part exist, which came alive in this activity. More spaciousness, amazing. I was home, yes. Absolutely, it feels like coming back home. Soothing, beautiful, yes. It is a self-soothing exercise. It is a self-regulating exercise. Calm, grounded, more at peace. I feel more in control of the situation. Beautiful, Kayoko. And sometimes we feel that we have a clear picture of the situation. Sometimes we feel we have more options on how to deal with the situation after practicing centering. So imagine if you did that a couple of times a day, and before you have something really important in your life, and after you finish that something, how do you think would that be? Imagine if you did that in the morning, the first thing you wake up, if you took a lunch break, you did that before you start to eat, and if you did that before you sleep. So, as coaches, as leaders, as managers, as parents, as employers, we need to be able to read bodies, to read postures, to read facial expressions, color changes, micro movements, especially coaches. And to do body-oriented work like that, you need to learn to pay close attention to the sensations in your own body. And you need to learn to listen to your clients in a different way so that when a shift happens in a session, you can notice it in their body as well as yours. And there's one great thing that I learned during my Empower World training from Janine and Marie was reflect as a coach, how do you feel in your body at the moment? Be courageous enough to really reflect and offer it to your client and check in. Does this match what is happening in their body? Because as a coach and client, we are actually two nervous systems and the neuroception is working. And we are mirroring each other. We are noticing and getting cues from each other. That's why we feel it. When we are deeply connected to our bodies, we feel it within us. And we can reflect it back to our clients. So when we deepen this ability to connect with ourselves, we automatically deepen our ability to connect with others. We increase self-knowledge and refine our ability to sense both of internal and outer world. Please, Marie, we can go now to the, I'm sorry, I'm bothering you with this, or Janine, to the slide about, how to cultivate embodiment, self-awareness, embodied self-awareness. So here are some of the things that we can do on daily basis. Now, it doesn't have to be really complicated. You don't have to be a yoga teacher, absolutely. So daily check-ins with your body, daily check-ins, and practicing centering a few times per day, the same way we just did. Spending 10 minutes in the morning, just sitting still and noticing your breath. Practicing gentle yoga, Tai Chi, or any other of somatic body work, a couple of times a week in the week. Dancing vertically and horizontally on a regular basis. Spend some time outside with nature. Nature is the big body. And play with children and animals because they are very embodied, more than us. Practice embodied meditation, which is the body scan, where you lay down and you just notice from bottom to top every part of your body. It's great to do. Janine is embodying Maria. That's fun. All right, so practice embodied meditation and take some time to walk outdoors with ease and flow without a fitness goal. Make noise, use your voice, sing and hum. And I repeat always, dance and shake like nobody's watching. Dance expressively, move unapologetically, and sense your body fully. Now, does anybody of you has a regular practice, regular embodied practice? You can type yes, no, some maybe. Yes, amazing. Yes, beautiful, Janine, yes. Walking in nature and the beat, that's powerful. No. All right, so you know now that to be able to change your mind, you have to change your body first. Moving forward to some tools for you as coaches or individuals to be able to use during your sessions or with your children or with your employees, whenever you find convenient. So you can ask, what are you doing in your body now? And this implies that they could change. There is something in their body and they could change it. And AAI is A for awareness. So by asking this question, you brought some awareness to your client. Excuse me. By the second A is acceptance. They accept that, yes, this is how they are in their body at the moment. They accept it before changing it. And I is for intention. What is their intention? How would they like to change it? How does it look like? So if someone is being very heavy in the neck and pulled downwards, and you bring that to their awareness, how would they want to change that? So they immediately come up. And you keep bringing that up to their awareness every time you notice that. And coaching from different positions or moving on the go. It doesn't have to be always seated. Pointing to the client back to their own body awareness. What happens in your body when you say that? What happens in your jaw if you noticed it in their jaw? Or maybe you noticed it in your own jaw. So ask that, reflect that. And physical feedback through mirroring. Let me show you how you're sitting right now. So show them, let them know, how are they sitting? And just wait and listen. What do they have to say about that? Get them to be very specific. Where, how, what does it look like? What's happening with your breath? Reflect back what you are sensing in your body as a coach. And get them to physically embody their goal. This is a very powerful one, and it really sticks. It sticks in the client. So I have a client which I have permission to share. He was having trouble with being authoritative. And I had him to be able to practice that during the session. I had him to stand on the chair and talk to me from the top as if I am small and he's talking from authority, from up, and using a different type of voice. Now, let me tell you, it wasn't comfortable at all. He had difficulty doing that, and it felt really bad in his body at the beginning because he's not used to it. And then with time, he started to practice that on a daily basis. Of course, not climbing onto chairs and talking to people, but getting that sense, remembering how the embodiment of standing tall and standing grounded with his feet on his chair and looking from the top bottom, how does it felt? He remembered how does it felt in his muscles, in his body, in his nervous system. And then practicing that and remembering that on a daily basis helped him a lot. And things started to shift and change to him. Now, we can do some fun exercise here right now before we end. We can, I'm not sure I can see Janine. Okay, so Janine, can we put our beautiful participants in breakout rooms and just decide on what physical embodiment do you want to do? Like, what is your goal and how? Get creative. There's no right and wrong. And how would you like to embody that? How does that sound?
Sounds like a wonderful thing to do, Hind. I'm guessing you want people to go into pairs.
Yeah, if that's possible.
Okay, let me set that up. Okay, I think we've got an, oh, you might have threes in some room, in one room at least. Yeah. And how long would you like people to go into the rooms for?
I think 10 minutes is enough.
10 minutes?
I think so.
Ooh,
So just think of a goal, anything you would like to start to embody, anything at all, confidence, boundaries, assertiveness, grounding, whatever it is, and help each other on creating this embodiment. How does it look like? How does it feel like? What's the shape of it?
And maybe we'll just check in if anyone's got any questions about what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, is that clear for everyone? Is there any questions that are coming up about what you're doing in that 10 minutes?
Yes, Janine, yeah, just does it have to be something or a concept we would like to embody, or just, let's say, bad habits we have with our body that we would like to improve, like something we do with our face or shoulder, and we catch ourselves doing this so much and we would like just to change it?
Absolutely. You can embody the new way of being.
All clear. So 10 minutes and maybe 5 minutes each way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can send a message when it's 5 minutes, time to perhaps swap. And let me just put 10 minutes in. So coaches, enjoy.
How was that experience?
Quite enlightening for me in terms of it. I had the pleasure of meeting Hazel as well, and we had a chat. Not sure how it got, but we started talking, exploring, and things sort of start to come up, possibilities to do things and how to actually use the embodiments to be more aware of it, and then actually knowing where it comes from in my case, but then knowing maybe there's alternative ways to actually deal with this, and having different positions coming into a different state, that actually counteract what I was a sort of an annoying habit that I do have. It actually was a mirror mentioned about habits. And I thought about it, well, I do have a bit of an annoying habit, so how can I deal with that? And so, yeah, so I think did it. And I think,
yeah.
So no, I think through Hazel we had our chats, and I think I found some sort of a way of handling this better.
Amazing, that's amazing. So we do all have annoying habits, and what I like to think of immediately is AAI: awareness, acceptance, and intention.
Yeah.
Who do I want to be, and how do I change it?
Yeah.
And practice that. Remember, 300 times for muscle memory, 3,000 times to be embodied. So we better start now.
But I must say that I am 65 now, so that's I'm aware of that habit since I was about 12, 13, 15 years old. So it's a lot of years to recover, but everything is possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Dirk. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amani. Thank you, AJ. So it was lovely to be here. I'm really grateful for this. I feel very joyous and happy to be able to share this beautiful subject that I love so much with every one of you. And I hope you're leaving this session with a great value and with a commitment to some self-practice. Anything, it doesn't have to be complicated, just anything that gets you into your body. Janine, would you like to say something here?
I would, and just a big thank you, Hind, for sharing what you're passionate about and what is really truly something that you embody. And apologies, I missed the beginning. As people can see, I've morphed from Marie to Janine, and so perhaps it might be good just to check in if there perhaps is any quick questions that you'd like to take, Hind. I know we've only got maybe 2 minutes, but if there's anything that's burning there, is that possible to give that space?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Hind. Again, beautiful job. Is there any burning questions that are coming up?
A question.
Hazel.
Hi, Hazel.
I think Amira had a question. Does she have a question? No?
Yeah. Well, one question I wanted to, just one thing, Hind, when you said, when you have an objective, like, let's say you want to embody assertiveness or authority, it doesn't have to be a specific position. You can pick the position you want, right? Any
Absolutely.
body. Okay.
Absolutely. You can get creative. And the same way I just worked with Kayoko, she stomped her feet on the ground for a sense of assertiveness. She used her hands around like this to set some clear boundaries. And whatever comes to your mind, and normally your clients, you'll ask the client first, how does it look like for you? If you can embody it for me right now, just show me. Like what? Move it. Stand up, do it here and there, you know? So you'll actually get your cues from your client, and you'll build up on it to get a creative practice, if you want to say, and then ask the client to keep on practicing that on regular basis.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
And Hazel, did you have a question?
Yeah, it's a little bit linked to what Amira said. It was like, so an embodiment practice for one person, could that be a disembodiment practice for somebody else, if that makes sense? Because it's all individual.
Yes, absolutely. It is completely tailor-made, and it's really very personal to the client, because some of the clients are, if you mention dance to them, dance horizontally, vertically, dance expressively, they're gonna be like, ooh, no, it doesn't feel good in my body, I don't like it. But if you mention a walk in nature without a fitness goal, just walk and notice your feet on the ground, notice your arms, how they are moving as you are walking, notice your pace, use your senses, sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. So this might be a convenient practice for your client. So it's really very tailor-made.
And we would let the client define what the embodiment practice for themselves.
Exactly.
Okay.
And there's always error and trials. Like sometimes people, they don't know, they've never experienced yoga, so they can go and try a gentle yoga class. Now, if this resonates and it felt good within their body, and they got the sense of calm and ease they were looking for, then beautiful, they can continue. Some other people, they feel, no, this is too intense for me, I don't like that. I would enjoy more like simple stretches, simple self-touches like that, to be in touch with my body, or maybe a body scan meditation without actually moving my body that much.
Thank you.
I hope this answers your question.
Yes, it did.
Wonderful. And I'm just going to put my hand on my heart to say again, thank you, Hind, for your generous time and for what you've provided for our participants here today. So thank you. And I really want to thank everybody that has shown up. It's lovely to see some old faces here from cohorts long ago and more recent cohorts, and some people that are new to the Empower World alumni circle as well. And so if you are interested in finding out more about our programs, please do if you could put your email in the chat box, we'll be able to pop you onto the mailing list. What we do have coming up is our next Diamonds Advanced Coach Training. So the next module that's coming up that I know some of you are on, which I'm looking forward to seeing you there, is the group coaching and facilitation module. So the Diamonds program, you can just choose to invest in one module or many modules or the whole program. So, and please, if you haven't listened to our podcast before, please listen and tune in to the Empower World Coaching and Leadership podcast. I think we've just released a new what do you call it, episode today around climate coaching. And of course, we've always offer our drop-in supervision for coaching. The first session is complimentary, and then it's a small investment if you'd like to continue to join, if you're interested in developing yourselves as coaches, to be able to identify those blind spots about who you're being and how you're embodying to support your clients to be the best that they can be. So again, a huge thanks for being here. And if you'd like to type in the chat box any messages that you have for Hind, any feedback that will serve and support her, that would be also appreciated. And if you'd like to come off and say something to Hind directly, please feel free. Well, no, losing my words. I've been up since.
Janine, I really want to thank you so much for this great opportunity. Sorry,
Absolutely.
I lost you there. I lost you. So I really thank you for this amazing opportunity. It feels so good to be here. Thank you everyone for joining. And I'm sending you lots of love and wishing you an embodied day.
I love it. Thank you. And there's some lovely comments in the chat box for you as well, Hind.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for all the love. I'm reading.
And how can we get in touch with Hind?
Yes, Hind, that's a good question.
Yeah, so I'll just type in my email right now. And my Facebook and Instagram handle is the.embodiment. So you can get in touch with me on these addresses.
Fantastic. Well done, Hind.
Thank you.
Beautiful session. And of course, to our Empower World alumni, this is also an opportunity for you if you would like to do something like this as well. Potentially not embodied coaching, but it may be your speciality. So yeah. Fantastic. And again, if you'd like to come off microphone before I say goodbye to you all, please feel free.
I would just like to take this opportunity to say, you rock, girl. Keep shining, and we are all healing with Hind.
Thank you so much, AJ. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Lovely to see you. Thank you, Dirk, for being here. Yeah. Oh, maybe while I can, could I take a photo?
Oh, yes.
For Hind. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your
Okay,
day.
bye-bye. Thanks, Janine.
Pleasure.